Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance related video. The other day I was watching Jeremy Fragrance talk about a topic called 3 fragrance rules you shall never break. And as I'm watching the video, I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I really agree with what Jeremy's saying here. So I thought it might be fun to do a rebuttal video on my channel, and then maybe down below we can get a topic started, figure out who's right, who's wrong, or I mean maybe there is no right or wrong answer. It's just based on cultural differences, financial situation, age, and maybe even just how invested you are in this fragrance hobby. So the first thing he talked about is number one, never buy clones. Now, I can kind of see where he's coming from. I mean, some of those clones, like the ones you get at the dollar store, like Dollar Tree or whatever, inspired by type fragrances where they change the spelling or come up with a word like greed instead of creed or whatever. I can see avoiding some of those, but if somebody like Mont Blanc or um, even like Insurrection or whatever comes out with something that smells close enough, I don't have a problem with a person buying that. You can decide how to spend your money, and you can decide on whether or not you feel the fragrance is close enough. And as far as being sort of an integrity thing or being a copycat or a thief or whatever, well, the way I see it, fragrance houses, even the well-known, respectable ones, they're not necessarily looking out for everybody's best interest either. How many times do we see these flankers coming out, these worthless flankers coming out? Is that something that's designed to help me as the consumer, or is that just something to help the company make a cheap buck? So, it's all about the consumer and getting the best bang for buck. It's not about respecting the house or anything like that. I think that's all just pointless. So number one, I kind of disagree with. If you can find a good clone for a cheap price, go for it. If you can afford to buy Creed and you think the clones are junk, buy Creed. I mean, either way is fine, but I'm not gonna shun somebody for buying a clone if they think it's worth the money. So number two, never underspray. Now I have a big issue with this one. I work in a hospital, and the policy manual does say, you can wear a fragrance, but go light with it. Don't overdo it. So you have to be respectful of your patients who are sick, and people with allergies, people that just hate fragrances in general. Wearing a fragrance, in my opinion, is a right. And as things go along with more regulations and more people complaining about fragrances, and those 2 or 3 people out of 100 that overdo it, they're rooting for everybody else. So I really think that it's best to underspray in certain situations. If you're out in a club, I guess it's every man for themselves. And if the only way you can feel superior to guy B is by wearing a better fragrance, well, fine, douse yourself in whatever fragrance you want, because I'm not going to be there. I'm not really a club guy. I just like to wear a fragrance to smell good at work, maybe get a couple compliments and things like that. Just explore the hobby, put out some videos on my channel, help people out if I can. Underspraying is fine. Overspraying, I've really trying to get away from that myself as I get older. I'm just trying to respect others' opinions, allergies. When somebody sneezes after you walk into the room, I mean, you have to ask yourself, did I start that problem, or were they sick or whatever? But I try to wear enough that I can smell it on myself, and hopefully others can smell it on me. But even if they couldn't smell it on me, it's not the end of the world. It's just a fragrance. So the third thing, Jeremy talked about, never be ignorant. And I believe the gist of that topic was he was basically going off on people that wear fecal smelling oud fragrances, saying, I wear what I want, I don't care about compliments or what other people like. And there are a lot of people like that in the fragrance community that basically wear fragrances for themselves and not for what others think. But I guess there's 2 thoughts on that topic as well. First of all, I don't care how good a fragrance smells. It could be a Ventus or Dior Sauvage or whatever, Acqua di Gio. If you overspray it, it's going to smell obnoxious and people aren't going to like it. On the other hand, even some of these more animalic fragrances like leather oud or whatever, if you go light on the application, maybe let that fragrance sit on your skin for a few hours, get down into the dry down, it might be okay. I think a good example of that would be like Musk Ravageur. You always hear people say how the opening is so animalic and off-putting, but after it sits on your skin for 3 or 4 hours, it turns to magic. So fragrances like that can be very effective if you wear them properly. You know, get up, put your fragrance on, get dressed, eat breakfast. If you have a long commute to work, even better. By the time you get people's first opinions of your scent, it's already been on your skin for 2 or 3 hours, and it's probably starting to smell a lot better than when you first put it on. So I think it's okay to wear an animalic, leathery, oud type fragrance with a fecal aspect to it. Personally, I wouldn't own a whole wardrobe of that myself. At the same point, I wouldn't go out and buy every Aventus clone or Ambroxan heavy scent on the market either. Try to get a variety of things, whether it's oud, vetiver, citrus, vanilla, all kinds of notes out there. They explore different eras of fragrances, different approaches to what smells good, different age groups. Personally, I like the ones that are going to smell sort of mature, but not old man-like. So that's my thoughts. Please comment down below what you think of my video and what you thought of Jeremy's video. I think he did get some thumbs down. I'm sure this video will get some thumbs down too, but I just thought I'd put my opinion out there, see what people think. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.